Sometimes wake in a cold sweat when my dreams are haunted by the inferno we witnessed on that fateful day. How could that artifact possess such immeasurable power? Could I have prevented the disaster? These questions plagued me constantly as I dug through the ruins of the holy city with my bare hands, searching for survivors. As the shower of ash floated down around us like a grey snowfall, and the horrifying scale of the catastrophe was revealed, we realized that not a glimmer of the temple city's former splendor remained. Grace Bonnet and Yang Wu were almost insensible after the terrible events, but they joined forces to build a warehouse and to start supplying the population. And as for Finn, the fiery deluge burned away the mist that had been clouding his judgment, but the look of agony on his face will be etched in my memory until the day I die.
My God! What have I done? I never wanted this. If I'd known, my actions are inexcusable.
Oh, what a cruel twist of fate! My people's most sacred temple! This is a sad day for the Empire. What a hideous calamity! Helquist, you must justify your atrocities to the Emperor. He may show some leniency if you help to rebuild the sanctuary. You can start building the scaffolding right away.
I beseech you. After all, we are friends, aren't we? Help me to make amends for my shameful deed. I've destroyed everything here.
So you want to help Halkvist in spite of everything? What a do-gooder. Still, it would probably be wise to build a warehouse near the sanctuary so that the building material for the reconstruction work can be stored there.
Good heavens, what a tragedy! The people are homeless, and all those sacred artifacts from the temples. I'll take up residence here, near the holy city, and do what I can to help.
At your service. We are setting sail.
Captain on the bridge?
What would you like?
You need to take the wood right up to the sanctuary. It's finally occurred to Liang Wu to hold both of us responsible for the disaster.
You have discovered a new island.
I think we're close enough to the destroyed sanctuary now. The porters can transport the wood to the building site from here.
Your construction options have increased.
I have the best goods in town.
You have sighted new land. An island has been discovered. An island has been found.
We are setting sail.
The Emperor is beside himself with rage at this tragedy. That
I've got plenty here.
What would you like?
Naturally. Everything here is of the best quality.
Come and get them while they last!
Come closer!
You have discovered a new island.
What can we sell you today?
You have discovered a new island.
What can we do for you? We are on our way.
I still feel numb. My whole body starts to shake when I think of that terrible rain of fire.
What can we sell you today? We are setting sail.
Awaiting orders.
What can I do for you?
deliver wood to the remains of the sanctuary. The artifact must be protected from despicable brutes like Halkvist.
Awaiting orders. As you command. Awaiting orders. As you command. Ready for action.
Naturally. Everything here is of the best quality. Money for the exploration and research.
If you want to share the responsibility for Halquist's shame, you can help to rebuild the sanctuary.
ship completed.
I see you are eager to atone for the wrongs suffered by my people. But don't think a few bits of wood will relieve you of your guilt. This is just the first step of many. Next, the foundations for the sanctuary must be built. I expect you to provide me with top-quality bricks for this. Come on, chop chop!
Yes.
I came across a stone plaque, but some of it is missing. It's essential that I find the remaining fragments. I think the plaque contains the legend of the artifact. The Asians worship the fire dragon for its benevolence, and yet the eye of the dragon wreaks havoc. That doesn't seem to make sense, does it?
A trading route is lacking goods.
Cling to your faith, and all will be well.
We must eat what is put on the table.
Everything your heart desires! There's quality at bargain prices.
Live in humility and you will achieve real greatness, son.
Awaiting orders.
We need to build a solid foundation where your friend has left nothing but a crater.
You can now carry out research. Some citizens have moved into your city. A new building has been researched.
Oh, if only I had the other pieces of the stone plaque. Then I'd be able to unravel the mystery of the Eye of the Dragon. Those stone fragments have been missing for ages. And where better to hide stones than with more stones? Some time ago, I conducted some research on an elephant graveyard on an island in the south. There's a small stone circle nearby. Maybe you'll find something there.
Research finished.
I'm happy to report that the foundations are now complete. The next phase of building work can now begin. The walls of the sanctuary must be made from only the finest marble. Unfortunately, all the stone from the contest fell victim to Finn Helgvist's blind fury. Find his resources and make haste with the consignment.
The sanctuary's old warehouse records mention 2 offerings that were presented to the fire dragon: food and tobacco. They were meant to ward off evil.
Ahoy! When I learned of this mishap, I thought some help might be needed. Set sail post-haste, of course. Any chance you could bring a couple of barrels of your own brand tipple to my ship? I've got plenty of building material, but hardly any sustenance on board.
Just look. Look what I've done. I can hardly bear to look at myself in the mirror. I'd like Liang Wu to know how sorry I am. So, can you take him this letter of apology? I dare not face him.
Couldn't help noticing those barrels on your ship. Is there anything in there for me to drink?
I'm so glad you're here. Have you come to pick up the letter for Liang Wu?
At your service.
Ah, thank you. My gullet was crying out for something cool and refreshing.
Thank you. Please take my apology to Liang Wu. I hope it may appease him a little.
Very sad. Such a fertile part of the world, and now it's all scorched. It reminds me of course, tobacco leaves. Don't suppose you happen to have some tobacco products for me? I could let you have more building material in return.
What's that letter you're holding? Is it for me?
Are all these tobacco products for me?
Thank you. I hope Liang Wu will read the letter right away and forgive me.
Ah, now I can forget all about this chaos for a few minutes. I don't suppose you could spare me a few chocolates. As my grandmother always said, when things go sour, it's up to you to make life sweet again.
The sight of the destroyed sanctuary makes my very soul weep. Why are you taking so long with that marble? In Helquist, your help repairing the sanctuary does you credit. However, the victims of this disaster must now be compensated. A few empty phrases can't put right the damage you have caused.
Good heavens! I don't want to put a strain on our friendship, but I don't stand a chance of meeting Liang Wu's demands without your help. After all, I only just managed to escape the disaster with my life.
If we are to recompense all the victims of the disaster, I am afraid your paltry wealth won't even begin to cover it.
Ready for action.
A supply of goods is running low.
Awaiting orders. Hoist the sails!
What can we do for you? We are setting sail.
Set course!
A supply of goods is running low.
What can we sell you today?
Could you spare a coin?
At your service.
Ready for action. As you command.
Are you likely to bring that marble while I'm still in the land of the living?
There is a shortage of a certain type of goods.
Ahoy!
I know it's a lot to ask, but I beseech you to pay my debts for me.
A supply of goods is running low. A supply of goods is running low. You have some new buildings at your disposal.
Where, in the name of all the gods, is that marble? Our venerable priests from the sanctuary are having to live in tents.
There is a shortage of a certain type of goods.
I hope you're not going to leave me in the lurch.
New buildings are available for construction. A supply of goods is running low.
Captain on the bridge? Awaiting orders. Make way! Captain on the bridge? Ahoy!
What have you got there? That piece of inscribed stone looks rather ancient. I have a good nose for that sort of thing. Did you manage to track down one of those fragments? If I understand this correctly, the eye and the dragon statue were once united and brought prosperity rather than misfortune.
Are you likely to bring that marble while I'm still in the land of the living?
As you command.
I'm offering a discount today!
I know it's a lot to ask, but I beseech you to pay my debts for me.
Awaiting orders. Ready for action.
Where, in the name of all the gods, is that marble? Our venerable priests from the sanctuary are having to live in tents.
I hope you're not going to leave me in the lurch.
A supply of goods is running low. More than 1,000 inhabitants have now made themselves at home in your settlement.
Sight of the destroyed sanctuary makes my very soul weep. Why are you taking so long with that marble?
If you help me to pay the compensation, I'll never forget it.
Those stone fragments have probably been missing for ages. Not even the Asians know the whole legend of the Eye of the Dragon. Perhaps someone has strewn the stone fragments around deliberately, or taken them home with them. Isn't there an old ruined castle on an island in the north? That one next to the clay pit. Just a shot in the dark, but you might find some more clues there. What have you got there? That piece of inscribed stone looks rather ancient. I have a good nose for that sort of thing.
Awaiting orders. Ready for action. Set course!
Is that a fragment from the stone plaque? How interesting. As long as the eye and the dragon statue are united, no one can suffer any misfortune.
Your mission?
No. Oh, if only we'd known earlier. As soon as the eye is joined to the dragon statue, its destructive power is exorcised.
Are you likely to bring that marble while I'm still in the land of the living? If we are to recompense all the victims of the disaster, I am afraid your paltry wealth won't even begin to cover it.
How about a coffee? A supply of goods is running low.
What's that wonderful smell? Are there chocolates on board your ship?
I know it's a lot to ask, but I beseech you to pay my debts for me.
Incidentally, did you know cocoa contains a substance that makes you happy? You might want to tell that to Liang. Heavens, it's dry, and pretty dusty too. Is there anywhere a man can get a drink round here?
The walls are built. At last we have a glimmer of hope. But there is still work to be done before the sanctuary is complete. As you know, the sanctuary roofs were once covered with pure gold, and so shall they be again. Well, what are you waiting for?
I have found some old records claiming that the dragon statue possesses magical powers. It may just be superstitious claptrap, but on the other hand, perhaps I'll do a bit more research.
You have some new buildings at your disposal.
Ahoy! Make way!
There is a shortage of a certain type of goods.
I hope you're not going to leave me in the lurch.
Captain on the bridge?
Is that the compensation for the
Where are we going? Ahoy!
There are no goods being transported on one of the trading routes. There is a shortage of a certain type of goods.
Ahoy! Awaiting orders.
A supply of goods is running low.
Melt down any gold you can find and bring it here.
Your
How splendid the new sanctuary is now. I shall have the priest summoned here at once to perform the consecration ceremony.
You have
A terrible disaster caused the dragon statue to topple from its plinth. It must be restored to its original position. I don't care how you do it. You're lucky that it remained in one piece.
Oh, I'll help you. I used to have a few sketches from an Italian, Leonardo da Figi. Developed a contraption called a block and tackle or something. I'm sure I could knock one up if I had a workshop.
Your mission has changed.
This workshop isn't bad at all.
Call me insane, but I think the dragon statue is enveloped in a special positive aura that neutralizes any negative forces. There's just no scientific explanation for something like that.
A supply of goods is running low.
Ready for action.
I'll soon get organized in this workshop.
Ready for action.
A supply of goods is running low.
Ready for action. Make way.
Your mission has changed.
Set course!
What would you like?
We're ready.
Awaiting orders.
What an uplifting sight! The fire dragon is enthroned on its plinth again, watching over the ruins of the holy city. You have compensated for your wrongdoings by rebuilding the sanctuary. However, you will only be truly free of blame once the Eye of the Dragon is safe in the sanctuary again. Bring it to me.
Yes. It's probably for the best if I don't go anywhere near the artifact. I'd be very grateful if you would escort me to Liangwu. I wouldn't want any more accidents to happen.
Ready to sail? Understood! Trading vessel ahoy!
I'm ready to take the Eye of the Dragon to Liangwu. Will you escort me?
Make way!
Esteemed Liangwu, what has happened cannot be put right with mere words. Here is the Eye of the Dragon. Please take it. For the rest of my life, my conscience will chastise me for ever having found it.
The gods are looking kindly upon us. Now that the sanctuary is rebuilt, the Eye of the Dragon may be restored to its rightful place on the dragon statue. These two sacred artifacts shall now be as one again. May the fire dragon unfurl its protective wings over us and deliver us from any further misfortune inflicted by the Eye. For the Eye? Where is the Eye?
You fools! Who would have believed I could pull off that feeble trick? You'll never see the Eye again, nor me. Diego del Toro will throw himself at my feet when I hand over his gift.
Bonnet in bewilderment. Although I had never been in any doubt that she had always had an eye to her own interests, it had not occurred to me that she could be one of Del Toro's puppets. As Liang Wu vented his anger for all to hear, I rounded up my sailors and ordered them to set sail. But a pallid Finn stopped me, pointing wordlessly to the towering storm clouds looming ahead of Bonnet's ship. Bonnet was heedlessly sailing straight towards them. Presumably, even she feared Del Toro's wrath. To sail into that storm, rather than delay the delivery of the artifact. However, I was not prepared to take the risk, so we had no choice but to wait until the tempest had abated. Once the waves had died down again, I took Finn on board, and we and Yang Wu followed in the traitress's wake.
May the gods be praised. We have emerged from the storm unscathed. I shall make my way to my outpost immediately and make some inquiries about Grace Bonnet. We mustn't lose a trace of her.
If Bonnet gives us the slip and actually takes the Eye of the Dragon to Diego del Toro, we must do everything we can to prevent a disaster like the one that befell the Holy City. We must find Grace Bonnet.
You have received a new mission.
Go and ask about Bonnet or Del Toro at every warehouse. I heard that a ship capsized round here during the recent storm. If Bonnet was on board, she may be hiding somewhere nearby.
Awaiting orders. Ahoy!
You know, I have an excellent relationship with the Lodge. While my third husband was alive, he was one of the most influential Lodge masters. Del Toro. I still have a score to settle with that imbecile, but he has successfully eluded me for years. I may be able to help you. Meet me on my island.
You have received a new mission.
Hoist the sails!
Are you prepared to take my ship's spy on board? After all your discreet inquiries, Bonnet will probably try to flee on one of the many trading vessels round here. The representative from my lodge will help you to search the ships. And will keep an eye on you too, in case you try to come to any arrangements with our enemies.
Some mission objectives have changed.
There are likely to be some suspicious people on this ship. Prove that you are capable of making a decision and search it.
Make way!
A new island has been sighted.
I'm currently conducting a thorough investigation of the cargo hold.
They didn't put up any resistance. No, there wasn't anything on board except for a few chests of ship's biscuits.
Another ship has been anchored in the trading post harbour. Search that too.
I have just received alarming news. One of my captains has learned that the course across that reef leads directly to Diego del Toro.
I'm inspecting the cargo.
So, the captain surrendered without a fight, did he? Jolly good. There are sufficient goods on board to establish a settlement, so I suggest you take the ship and do just that. We'll make faster headway if we have a base.
We need to ask everyone in the area about Grace Bonnet.
Perhaps the lodge will help you in your search. That treacherous Bonnet must be here. My spies suspect that she may have found another ally besides Del Toro.
You have been entrusted with a new mission. You have sighted new land. An island has been found. Your mission.
Oh, so Bonnet has put one over on you, has she? Well, unfortunately, I've seen neither her nor Diego del Toro recently.
Land ahead. You have sighted new land.
Hoist the sails!
Sorry to bother you, but could you spare me some wood?